In a quiet little town, there lived a wealthy family in a big, beautiful house. They had everything money could buy. A loving son named Adam lived with his parents, who were well respected in the neighborhood. One rainy afternoon, Adam was walking home from school when he spotted a tiny puppy sitting alone under a broken bench on the side of the road. It was soaking wet, shivering and whimpering softly. Its fur was muddy and matted. People walked past it without a second glance, but Adam stopped. He gently picked up the little puppy, tucked it carefully inside his jacket, and carried it home. When he walked through the door, his mother took one look and said, "Adam, what is that dirty thing? Put it down right now." His father looked up from his newspaper and said, "Throw it back outside. It is just a street dog. Probably carries disease." But Adam held the puppy closer and said, "Please, just until it gets better. Then we can decide what to do. I promise I will take care of it myself." His parents looked at each other and sighed. They gave in. But they made it very clear they wanted nothing to do with it. Adam named the little puppy Biscuit. He made a small warm bed for it from an old blanket in the corner of his room. Fed it warm milk with a spoon. We stayed up late making sure it stopped shivering. He talked to it softly until it finally fell asleep, curled up in a tiny ball. His parents watched from a distance and shook their heads. His mother would say, "You are wasting your time on that filthy animal." His father would say, "It is a street dog, Adam. It does not belong in this house." But Adam never stopped caring for Biscuit. Days passed, then weeks. Slowly, the little puppy grew healthier and stronger. Its eyes became bright. Its tail began to wag. It would follow Adam everywhere around the house, its tiny paws pattering on the floor. Adam would laugh, and the whole room felt warmer because of it. One night, everyone in the house was fast asleep. The house was completely silent. Suddenly, Biscuit began barking loudly and frantically at the door of Adam's room. It scratched at the door and whined and barked and would not stop no matter what. Adam's father woke up irritated. He stormed down the hallway, muttering under his breath. He swung open Adam's door and said sharply, "Keep that dog quiet or it goes outside right now." But Biscuit kept barking even louder, running toward Adam's bed and then back to the father, over and over again, pulling at the hem of his pajamas. The father looked at the dog with frustration. Then he looked at his son. Something was wrong. Adam was lying completely still. His face was pale. His lips had a bluish color. His father's heart jumped into his throat. He rushed to Adam's side and shook him. No response. He immediately called an ambulance. In those terrifying minutes while waiting, he looked down at little Biscuit, who had stopped barking and was now sitting very still, right beside Adam, gently resting his small chin on the edge of the bed, watching over him quietly. At the hospital, the doctor came out and said, "Your son had a very serious episode tonight. His oxygen levels had dropped dangerously low, but he is stable now and resting. You got here just in time." The father exhaled with a shaking breath. Then the doctor said, "He keeps asking for Biscuit. Will not settle down without Biscuit. Who is Biscuit?" The father stood there in silence for a long moment, and with a quiet and humble voice he said, "Biscuit is a little puppy, a street dog my son brought home in the rain. The one I told him did not belong in our house." He drove home that night in complete silence. When he walked into Adam's room, he saw the little blanket in the corner, still carrying the shape of where Biscuit had slept every night. He walked over slowly and sat down on the floor beside it. Biscuit padded over quietly and sat beside him, looking up with soft, warm eyes. The father reached down and gently stroked the puppy's head for the very first time. Biscuit did not pull away. He simply leaned in closer and rested his small head against the father's hand. In that simple and quiet moment, something broke open inside the father. He realized that this tiny creature he had called dirty, filthy, and unwanted had done what no doctor, no alarm, no expensive device in their big, beautiful house had done. It had saved his son's life. He realized that we move through this world making quick judgments every single day about people, about creatures, about things we do not fully understand. We judge by appearance, by background, by where something or someone comes from. And almost always we are wrong. Worth does not announce itself. Kindness does not always come from expected places. And the ones we are quickest to dismiss are sometimes the very ones quietly watching over us when no one else is. So the next time you are tempted to look away from something small, something lost, something that does not fit neatly into your idea of value, pause for just a moment. Because you never truly know what quiet purpose lives inside the ones this world has overlooked. Every living creature carries a purpose we cannot always see. If that thought stayed with you, share this story with someone today. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a story that matters.